Hello, happy Tuesday. I am so glad y'all are on and welcome to our new time. And again, I think we still are trying that out, being that the Xera Zoom is the same time as this new time. So we're probably going to be switching that. But y'all stay tuned for that. And I have a question at the end as well for participation. Um, I'm so excited. I'm going to let Sarah kind of introduce herself, but she's a freaking adorable. I've had the privilege of hanging out with her a few times, and I'm just always walk away feeling better. She has a way of uplifting you, and then on social media and the algorithm, she's like a freaking genius. So I'm so blessed that she's giving her time to our team and those that we've shared it with to join as well. So that being said, oh, before I hand it to Sarah. Elevate, elevate, elevate. If you have not gotten your Elevate tickets and you haven't booked all of that, get it done, get it done, get it done. You do not want to miss being in person at Elevate. And our team event is Friday night. If you have questions, let me know. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see you all in person. I'm excited to hear what is the future of Lavelle. I feel like I never leave conference disappointed. I'm always so excited. My battery is filled and I'm just ready to run, right? Recharged. All right, Sarah, with that, I'm going to give it over to you. Introduce yourself and just give us all the scoop on the algorithm.
What's up, guys? Okay, I'm so excited. If you saw one of the past videos that I did and there was something that you're like, man, I can't quite remember exactly what she said, if you want to put it in the chat and ask questions or whatever, I'll answer. And then if there's any that I missed that Amber finds out, I'll answer those too as we go along because I know that there was a lot that I covered on some other Zooms that people were interested in. I'm going to try to hit all of the points that I can. I've been here 7 years with Lavelle. This is my very first network marketing company. So I was brand new to it. I also had never had any other social medias. So whenever I actually first joined the company, I had probably 300 friends on Facebook. So Facebook, Instagram, all of that, I wasn't very familiar with it. So I had to do a lot of learning. My kids weren't old enough to have social media. Like when I say I did not know anything about social media, I really didn't. So I did a lot of what I call like trials. So basically, I would try something out, I would be consistent with it, and I would do it for about 6 months. And that would kind of gauge me to me personally on what was working. Like what does the algorithm want from me? What does it want to see? What do people want to see? What does my audience want to see? And that was kind of like the gauge that I had that was probably the best when it came to seeing what was really working. So when I share things, if you pick something, you're like, oh, that sounds great. I want to try and integrate that into my business and my plan. Really try it for about 6 months because the algorithm is really late. It's changed a lot. It shifts. It changes all the time. I know if you've been on, how many of y'all have been on Facebook for more than 5 years? Okay. So do you remember like 2 or 3 years ago when like you felt like your stuff was popping? Like it was like insane. 2020, 2021. It was like I feel like my reach was great. It was like I was seeing everybody. I felt like my social media was so much better. And I was just like, well, most of us gauged it actually on likes rather than insights on reach because we didn't understand reach yet, which is something that's new with Facebook. So if you have professional mode, you will be able to have the option to see insights. So that's the number one thing I want everybody to realize is they need to have professional mode. So professional mode will actually show you per each post insights on what people are actually looking at. And most of the time, a lot of people want to increase just past their friends list. And so I'm going to teach you some ways to do that so that you can reach people outside of your friends list, get more eyes, more people coming in, more followers. Does anybody feel like they need like more followers, more people? Like they feel like they've been talking to the same crowd? It's like, I kind of want to grow that part. That's mainly what I'm going to teach you on here. So I just want you to really know that who you have on your social media, like that doesn't block you. Not knowing about social media doesn't block you. Like those are all common excuses. We'll be like, well, I don't understand technical stuff or like I don't know how to do this. And you honestly have to really be so self-motivated and get yourself in there and start learning new things because that's exactly what I had to do. And I grew great. I grew on multiple platforms. I've grown my husband's social media. Like we've done so much. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about was I'm going to talk about reels first. How many of y'all like reels and do them consistently and understand them, like them? Okay. So, I have found, and like I said, I'm going to be saying stuff, and if you're like not for me, that's okay. But if you're really optimistic and open-minded, go ahead and try it. Try it for 6 months, right? I do a reel every day. So every single day I do one reel. And I've been doing this for 2 years. So it's been a really long time. I may miss a random day, like let's just say, I mean, emotionally, like I got stuff going on and I didn't get to it. Like, yes, I give myself grace with stuff like that. But as far as like a business flow, I do one reel every day. I have noticed with the algorithm that evening and doing it in the evening is actually going to be better for your reach. Now, that just depends most of the time on people's audiences, right? But majority of us have people who work, right? They get off of work after they've ate dinner, they're probably sitting down, they scroll. So I want you to think about the habits that people have every single day. And those little peaks of habits, people are super consistent with them. Like and you probably are the same way. Do you wake up at a certain time and scroll and then like scroll at the bathroom or at the checkout line or like whatever like you're doing like in the car? Like everybody just has a certain time of day where they're like a scroller. And so your audience is really the same way. So once you find that specific time frame where you see your insights are doing really, really good as far as like your reach, stick with that. So like test it out for a full week, maybe try like 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just kind of test it out and see where your videos do the best in the evening. And you will find like a sweet spot. So this is you trying to basically not work as hard by having the algorithm work for you. So find your time when your people are most commonly on. There's also a button in your messenger where you can see and you can ask ChatGPT where it's at for you because everybody's phones are different and some people have different versions of Facebook, but you should be able to see how many people are active. So how many people are on your social media. So that will actually tell you like when you log into your app, you can see the most common times when people are on social media and that actually helps you find the best posting time too. And you can utilize that for posts and for reels, okay? So I do a post every day and a reel every day, and I've been doing that same consistency for years, and it's worked amazing to increase my reach. So with reels, I'm gonna go a little deep dive into reels on how like just simplest tips to increase to where your views will start being higher. Okay, so the first thing is whenever you're creating a video, you have to think of something that somebody would like, share, or save. So if something is very you specific, like, you're showing like your grandkids and you're showing like an achievement or something, that's most likely not something that somebody's going to like, share, and save. So that's not necessarily going to grow your social media. That will grow your relationship with people. So like you sharing it to other people. But if your main focus is to grow your social media, you want to think of things that are likable, shareable, and savable. So most of people want to have like a specific niche. You'll hear us talk about niches all the time. Niches are so important for the algorithm because what happens is the algorithm recognizes the type of content you're consistently sharing. And when you share the same hashtags, meaning like your content, let's just say you're a foodie and you're going to share recipes. This is just a simple way to simplify it. You're going to share recipes consistently. So the algorithm is picking up that you're sharing food. You're going to hashtag you're sharing food, like hashtag foodie, hashtag recipe. Okay. Your content is going to be food. And then the algorithm is going to recognize and know exactly who to share your content to because it knows the people who scroll food. So, like, whenever you have the consistency and you stick with the niche, that helps the algorithm pick where your stuff wants to go. It doesn't want to slow down your stuff. It wants your stuff to go. Like, it wants people on the app. It wants to be intriguing to other people. So that's the way you help the algorithm actually find out like what your stuff is about. And another thing you do is, like I said, hashtags. I consistently use the same hashtags that are that are going to match my video content. So I do like content creator, I do a video one, and then I do like husband and wife because that's my niche, right? So I'm sharing those specific hashtags over and over and over again on the same stuff every single day, okay? And then another thing you want to do is you want to have the text of kind of like something that's going on in your video to be right on the first part because it actually reads that. So, like, if you have something that says, like, great recipe, it automatically knows that's a recipe. Her video has food, her hashtags are food. Share that to the foodies. So if you do that consistently, like just have a little nitpick of what is your video about? It actually helps the algorithm read your video. It's smart. It's AI, so it can read all of that. And right, if you do it right in the beginning, that gives it the second to read it fast. If you're doing it like in the middle, then it
Mhm.
takes longer for it to get to it to read it to recognize what it is. And then, AI may get lost by that and just move to the next person's. So
Just
that'll help.
to clarify, the wording on the actual reel or the first part of the
Yeah. So
caption?
like not the caption part. So if you go to like a regular video, I'm glad you asked that. So I'll go to like my reel today and always make sure there's text right here, right in the beginning. Okay? And then really look at it like whenever you're doing your text, there is a preview button that where you can see. I actually I do all of mine on Instagram and have them linked to Facebook. It makes it easier for me and I've never seen an algorithm change by having them separated. So I actually do just post from Instagram to Facebook. I like the Instagram filters. I like the system. It's very easy for me to edit. I don't even edit in an outside app. I just use Instagram and make it really simple and easy. And so I use the same type of text. If you go and you look at my page, you will literally see that my text is nothing crazy or out there. And it's always white and just a black outline so you can see it. Like I make it to where it's visible for the person. I make it where it's easy to read. I make sure it's not covered up by the heart or the any of the text and everything. Like size it down to make sure that it's in a and think of where you visually see text always. And like if you are you a person who looks up top for text or do you look like middle? Like I look middle. Like I you know where the heart is or the like. I literally look right there. Like that's where I look for text. So most of the time that is where you want to put your text, but just make sure it's small enough to where like it goes down. Did Facebook flag you for copyright? Oh, hold on. Sorry. I want to make sure I get these messages as they come.
So I know what she's talking about.
Okay.
And recently, the only time that's been happening to me is when I share somebody else's reel with music from my Instagram to my Instagram story, which then also shares to my Facebook story. And for some reason, it's grabbing that and it's saying copyright. And I just dispute, I just always say this was from an Instagram reel. This was directly from a reel, whatever.
Yeah,
I
dispute
think
it
that's just a recent like mistake. But I never have had that issue
with
on
a
a
reel to a
reel,
reel to
like
a
from
reel.
reel to
Yeah.
reel, Instagram to Facebook. I haven't had, and as long as you're using the music provided from Instagram.
Exactly. And that's another point is that for Instagram, it really does matter your trending audio. So having an audio that's trending, that is if you want to improve your reach there. Facebook, it doesn't necessarily matter, which is awesome. Like you could literally if I could use any random song I wanted on Facebook and it will go and doesn't get stopped. But Instagram algorithm really does favor an actual trending audio. Does everybody know how to find audios that are trending? It's pretty simple, but when you go to the actual to add the audio on the bottom, there's going to be a middle one that says trending, and then you can go through those. You can also search, and as long as the arrow's up, like just say you like rock and roll and everything on there is rap, you can literally just like search a rock and roll song you like, and as long as the arrow's up, that means it's a trending audio and you can use it. And then I most of the time after that, like there's only one thing that I do that's extra, and I swear I saw it on TikTok and for some reason I've been doing it and it has been a game changer, is I actually add where I'm at. So I do Texas, USA. Yeah, and I will even get feedback from Facebook saying your reel was shared to more people because of your location. So, like using those tools that they have, it's like your reel was shared to more people because of this. So, you know how I said I do a reel every day? I get your reel was shared to more people because you are consistent. Like it wants to share me because of the fact that I'm showing up and I'm sharing, my time. So it's like, here you go, you can share to more people. And reels, you will notice that reels on Facebook and Instagram can pop off way later. So that's something that's really cool. And if you're in professional mode and you're consistent like this, I don't know how I don't. Sometimes I make great money. Sometimes I don't make a lot of money. It really does just depend on how big a video goes. I don't really make a video. I don't do this to make money, but like we're already doing it. So if you are consistent, it will start paying you for reels. It may be $1, maybe $2, whatever. Some I've had have done great, but that's another thing that like is just an added benefit because like we already stay here for our Thrive money, and then that's going to be an added benefit that you'll end up getting if you're consistent. So why not stay consistent and earn, $20 a month, 30, whatever it is that some people make, but being consistent that way, it's really cool. So as far as reels, does anybody have any other questions? I was going to give a few tips on like how to create reels and not spend a lot of time if you want me to, Amber, or I cannot go that much in depth. You just let me know.
I'm seeing head nodding. So yes, if you
Oh,
could do that. And then also if you would cover, I know there's some people on here that are like they're just like, I'm technology scared. I don't even know
yeah, deer
what
in
to make a
headlights.
reel
Yeah.
about. So if you could help them with the ideas, because one thing is, and I've told people is you want it's yes, your niche, but figuring out who you are
Right.
and I drip thrive into my reels, right? Like I
Yeah.
rotate and drip it into my life. But I know some people are like, "Oh, am I just supposed to do reels all about thrive all day every day?" And I'm like, "No." So if maybe you could cover just that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So I want you to think about when you're doing reels that are going to be business or product related. Those are going to be ones that are going to reach majority of your audience and do really well. But like, so if I do it, even if I do a post, like me growing reels has grown my post insights that I'm so grateful for. And when I look on my posts, I could see my insights and I could see like half is going to non-followers and half is going to followers, which is great. And reels, you'll be able to gauge that too. Just know that your interaction may not be as high if it goes to more non-followers because like they're just trying to figure you out. So don't gauge your whether or not your stuff is good on the hearts and likes and shares yet if it's going to a bunch of non-followers when it's a Thrive post. Now, the way we reach more or a Thrive reel, the way we reach more people and grow our audience is by sharing that niche, okay? That means you need to find something of value that you could share. Are you funny? Are you into cars? Like think of things that like if you could stand on a stage and you could talk for 10 minutes with a mic, what could you talk about with not having to have any presentation at all? Like what is there that you like to do? Me and my husband, we love like making videos. My family, like we're all about it. Like we have so much fun doing it and we laugh and it's silly. And so like that was something that I was like, I love fitness. Most people see me and thought that I would do fitness. Like if you see me and you see me work out and lift, you think her niche is fitness, but I don't enjoy sharing that, right? So I skipped it. I was like, I'm not even gonna do it. I want to share stuff that we have fun doing. So we love doing silly, fun stuff with family, okay? So that's where I wanted to do what I enjoyed, right? Because the other stuff kind of strained like drained me. I felt like I was creating content versus having fun with it. So that's another thing. Some people, they love editing. They love doing all that stuff, right? That is a content creator. So that means like there's different types. I'll show you. There's some where you can do like transitions. So like you're showing your outfit or whatever and you're doing like a transition video. That's a content creator, okay? You can do voiceovers. So basically like you can do whatever you want to do, whether it's Thrive related, whether it's your family's your niche, but you could do lip syncing. So there's you could do little voiceovers. Vlogging and fast pace. So that's like where you're like showing throughout your day, you're cutting like little pieces of your day. That's a content creator, okay? So that's something where it's going to take more time. You're going to have to learn a lot more, but just know that like if you enjoy that, that's something you could do. You could do kind of like what's trending. You could literally just be a trending person. So when you scroll through Reels and you see the same thing coming up over and over again, that's going to be a trend. So like I actually just did a trend today. So it was like, oh, my husband wasn't home to do a video, so I did a trend, right? Where I showed just me and then something else. And you'll see it, and once you see it, you're going to be like, "Oh, I've actually been seeing that going around." So I know that trend. They're silent and text focus. So that means that you could be in your car, and which I'm going to tell you right now, there's a girl I follow, her entire social media is her sitting in her car. And she will tell you all of her videos, everything. She is literally sitting in her car because she works in the car pickup line. Okay? So, car pickup line is the only time she has to film. It's the time that's available to her, and she literally will just film herself, and her text is what's going to draw you in. So if you wanted to be one of those people who were inspirational, or maybe you had childhood trauma or your sobriety or whatever, something you could share, that could be your text, which means your video does not matter because your text is what's relatable, likable, shareable, and commenting for people. So that's usually what is really, really popular for people who don't have a lot of time, is when your text is going to be the most important part of your actual video. And then there's ones where people talk. Like they're gonna the background's gonna have music, but I'm gonna talk to you and like vlog and share a story. Like I'm gonna teach you about, health and wellness and products, right? Or I could be the person who's teaching and doing tips. So if you ever see a video where someone's, let's just say like they're a personal trainer and they're just standing there and they're teaching you about macros. So your niche could be something that you could be teaching people that you think that they would want to learn, something likable, shareable, and savable. So a lot of people overthink the video, and honestly, it's more of like what type of content, like what are you wanting to put out there? Your video can literally be anything. If you're not going to be someone who's sharing like me, I just share like family content, then and I always think like, what does a husband and wife, like what could a wife comment on here and like tag her husband? That's how I make my videos. It's like, how would someone comment their husband and tag them? Because my husband and I like to share a lot about us. And that's kind of where our promoters come from. It's because like we're a couple and we share like our couple stuff and things going on with us as a couple. And most people actually join us because we're a couple rather than joining me just because of Thrive, right? So when it comes to like the actual content and video behind your stuff, most of the time we're 99% overthinking it. Like you probably already have all your camera roll full of stuff that you could be sharing. You may just need to be doing like the B camera roll, but the A, like A plus text needs to be over it. Does anybody have any like stuff that they're kind of stuck between on their content? If you want to put it in the chat, because honestly, there's a lot of times where it's like video to video, having clean, crisp, your camera clean, right? Having that all set up, not overthinking it, picking what you want to share. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, if you like sharing plants, like there's people out there that will watch you pot plants. And you could literally be the plant lady. Like if you clean houses for a living, you could be the energized house cleaner and you could be sharing your energy and then sharing your house cleaning tips. Like most of the time we really overthink it, but like everybody has a talent and everybody has something that they could share that is of value to people, that could help somebody. So really like tap into that. And then you could honestly talk to your leader and just be like, out of these top three things, like what do you feel describes me the best? And then go from there and try it out. Like I said, try it for 6 months and change it if you want to, because I had a girl who, she's not on here right now, but we were talking about niches and she was sharing a lot about her life where she was in foster care And she was like, "Man, you know what? This foster care stuff actually makes me kind of sad, and I don't want to share it anymore." And I'm like, "Okay, don't share it anymore." You know what I mean? But you'll find it out once you try it for a little while to see if that's your niche. So do y'all have any questions about that?
Y'all don't be shy and mute.
Do not be shy. If you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm actually stuck between like five niches," like help me out here. I'd be okay with it. If you're like, "I don't even know how, like, I can't even wrap my head around it," like, it's okay.
And you know what? If you are stuck, it's okay to start posting and like rotate and figure out which ones you like to actually post better.
Oh, yeah. If you go
And
through my page, I had like a syndrome. There's like 10 Sarahs on there. Like, you're going to be like, Courtney would be like, "You started another niche." I'm like, "I am a Gemini and I'm hyper and I have ADHD." So yeah, sorry.
that's why
I
I love
don't
you
know
so
what
much.
I want to be yet. But to be honest, I just had so much fun with the stuff with my husband. And I had one reel go to like 13 million or something. And then the next one went to like 33 million. And I was like, okay, I think we're on to something. Like I think this is it. I think people the couple stuff hits and it's fun. So I was like, I just want to do that. So we just do like couple challenges and silly couple videos and yeah, and it's just I'm having fun at my job. A lot of times we really push it too hard and then we're not having fun anymore. And like this is a fun career. So try to find something to where it's not like adding on to your plate, it's just like enhancing your plate. And it's just like, just something that you would enjoy doing. If you don't want to be a content creator, do not be a content creator. Like, just share your mom tips, just share this. Just know that, like, when it comes to growth, you have to not think about yourself and what's personally going in your life. Like, you need to think about what could add value to other people's lives? Like, what would people really want to watch? And then I'm going to go over views on stories because, like, I've changed some people's lives on stories. So, this is trying to increase your story views. Now, a lot of people, and I link my Instagram and Facebook on my reels, but I do not have my Instagram stories linked to my Facebook stories. It completely tanked my views. And as soon as I uplifted that, I automatically increased my views.
Okay, so
So
you really think that that
it's huge.
totally
It's
shifted
drastic.
just unlinking the
Unlinking
stories,
them. Do
just
not
the stories.
have, yeah, just do not have your stories linked. And it's so hard because of the fact that like it's easier to have it linked and it's just to share over. And this, I'm telling you, the tips I'm going to tell you, you have to be disciplined and you have to be, like I said, open-minded and you have to be consistent with it to really gauge. But I've never had anybody come back and tell me that this didn't work. So, and I've done this exact tip for years and it still works. So it's going to be really good. Instagram and Facebook stories are not linked anymore. Okay. And this is just going to increase your Facebook views. Instagram views are still a little bit, they're snobby. I'm just going to be honest. It takes a lot to get to reach a certain amount of people on Instagram stories. But Facebook, I've definitely hacked the algorithm for this. Okay. So
And
the
I
other
want to just tell everybody really quick, sorry,
one.
Instagram story views, for whatever reason, they're drunk. Like it
Yeah.
is, I don't know what happens. Like, and I haven't figured out the when mine are higher and when they're lower. It's so random. I'll drop to like 30 views and then sometimes I'm at like 250 for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden I'm low again for weeks. And other than traveling in different areas, I haven't done anything different. So the Instagram stories thing, it's
It,
up and down. It's hit or miss.
It's weird. It's definitely not something that I've been able to understand yet. But as soon as I hack that one, I'll let y'all know. That's my next. I've already got to the Instagram Reels now to where like my stuff does really well. Okay, so you're gonna have your I don't have my post link either. I only have my Reels linked. So my posts don't go there because they show up a little different. I definitely feel like I have to interact a good amount on Facebook before I share a post. So having that linked, I don't. And Instagram to Facebook stories, I don't. Okay, and this is where I always lose people, but I promise you it works. So you are not going to post slides throughout the day. You're going to only put your story together at one time of the day, okay? So let's say your face, and I know people's faces are like, oh crap. So on Instagram, go ahead. You be yourself on Instagram. You do whatever you want because Instagram doesn't care anyways, right? So on Instagram, if you do 20, let's just say you do 20 slides in a day on Instagram. Let's say Instagram is your behind the scenes. This is like your behind the scenes story of your life, okay? So today, right now, like we'll say tomorrow morning, everybody is going to go and they're going to delete their stories that are on their Facebook. So your Facebook's going to be fresh. It's going to have nothing on there, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to pick one photo that is what I call a snatch photo. So it's going to be a photo that would attract somebody to actually look at your story, okay? And you're going to do this kind of early in the day. You don't want to do this late. Don't do this 3 or 4 p.m. This needs to be, I'm a routine. Every single morning when I do my IPAs, I'm making my story, or when I eat my breakfast, this is when my story goes up. Like assign a task that you already do during the day and say this is when, and assign your story task to that, okay? So you're going to say this is the time I'm going to put my story up every day. So a snatch photo is going to be something that if you look at my Facebook story, you see that girl right there? So, like, she's in a cute outfit. That's called a snatch photo. So, a cute outfit, something with decor, something that people could see, but they'd be interested enough to like touch on that. Think of what girls are into, to be honest. Like, we're into hair, some of us are into makeup, some of us are into clothes, swimsuits. Swimsuits will snatch your views up right instantly because people are going to be like, oh, what is she wearing? Or what does her stomach look like? Or blah, blah, blah. Because we're so nosy like that. We're going to look at that, right? So when you go through, an average normal person goes like this. We're network marketers, so we tap and we go through all of them without ever seeing the first photo, okay? So this is how you're going to attract normal people to your story, is by what your first photo is, because they are selective. They're going through this and they're like, what do I want to tap on? So you got to think that first one needs to be something that would be attractive, okay? So you're going to post your snatch photo first. I typically find it on Pinterest. I'm going to be honest. I search bathing suit, or I search outfit, or I search like cowgirl outfit, Wrangler
So it's
pant.
not a photo of you.
No, it's never.
Oh, okay. Katie Muntz calls her snatch photo. It's always a photo of her. It's like her at
No,
the ocean
like
or her
I've
all
just popped up
clear.
right now. This will be my snatch photo tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's a cute outfit. I'm gonna put something on the front of this, and I'm gonna say, "Oh my gosh, I love this. Would you wear this too?" Or whatever. Oh my goodness, sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but you know what I mean. You would put like cute outfit. Would you wear this? And then you're gonna have like your yes or no, right? That's gonna be your poll. A poll is gonna increase it. More people tapping on it is gonna tell the algorithm. That first photo grabbing is gonna tell the algorithm. So whenever you add it, you're going to add all of your slides all at one time. So I want you to select that multiple button. The first one will be your snatch, and then all of the slides you want to share for the day. Okay. So what I do, this makes it super easy. I'm a documenter. Like I go throughout my day on Instagram story and I'm sharing when I wake up, I'm sharing my shake, right? So everything that I share on my Facebook story tomorrow morning is actually everything I did yesterday because it's already on my Instagram story. So you can have those auto save, like those slides auto save. So then tomorrow when I come in, all of the stuff I did yesterday, I just add that on behind my snatch photo. Or you can add snatch photo, and then you open up your Facebook story, and there's that little Facebook button, and you do the F, but only add this slide this one time, slide this one time. You can go through and kind of like pick what you want. Just depends on what works best for you, either auto saving them or going through and selecting it. But like I have my story just ready for me because I already have all those slides ready. So every single morning for me, my slides are super easy for my story because it's documented everything I did the day before. And I will say that if you do more like less than 10, you're going to get a higher increase in views. If you go over 10, it's starting to like kind of dip down. But I started out and I have like 5,000 friends on. I'm maxed out. Don't ask to be my friend, please. I'm maxed out. Just go to Instagram. I'm not maxed out there. I usually have to say no and I feel so bad. So just to gauge, like when I had probably 2,000 people on Facebook when I first started this, right? Like I had 2,000 people that were my friends. I would get like maybe 200 views on my story and it went to 1,000. That means 50% of the people I was reaching. So my reach is consistently upwards of 50%, which is amazing. So like think about maximizing your time and your effort if you can reach that many more people through your Facebook stories. And stories are where I sell majority of my products. My actual feed typically is selling to promoters, and my stories are what sell my products for me. Like that's where my views come from within my sharing my before and afters and all of that stuff and talking about our products. That's typically what I do, and then I'll go forward with it. So yeah, those are my tips. I know that if I add all those together and I do it at night, I do see a decrease. It's not as high. So I typically try to have mine in the morning. So basically, like tomorrow morning, mine will expire. Let's say it's 9 a.m. I'm adding all of my slides back at 9:30 again, and then I'm good.
So literally, guys, if you're like me and you're currently Instagram to Facebook, you could unlink them and then you would go in starting tomorrow morning and post all at one time. And then by the time you post the next morning, they've all deleted because it's been 24 hours. So you
Yep.
don't have, okay, okay.
Yep. It's so much more simpler once you finally start it. But it's just like basically my story. I just see, oh, my story's deleted. Like it's time for me to upload because Facebook alerts you when your story deletes. So like for me, even if I skip it or miss it, it's gonna send me an alert and let me know that my Facebook story is deleted. It expired. So then I go and I add one if I'm not like on the ball on it. But yeah, I never add them on top of each other, always one together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, gang, you have 24 hours to
And so
go
you can literally, and I
to
mean,
start tomorrow.
let's just say you only had 20, 30 views yesterday. Just grab those slides. They're still good. Delete them, reuse them. And I typically make sure that I have some type of like business and product slides together. I really do feel like that's a huge thing is a lot of people, and most people are scared to share business. Like that's the number one thing people say that they're scared to share is business. They're like, I can share products all day long, but business is hard for me. And once you get in this for a long time, I mean, business is what you want to share because like you know the impact. It's so big. And so just, really think about other people when it comes to business. I know we get in our heads, but it's almost like a gift like you can give somebody. Like my upline, like she changed my life. Like I will be forever grateful that she didn't shut up on social media. Like forever grateful because it completely changed my life. So do not be scared to share because like there's someone like me sitting out there that's like just waiting for an opportunity and you have to shove it in their face. Like she shoved it in my face. I saw it every day. That Escalade, that black label, that Escalade, that black label. Like that's what brought me in. So like, yeah. Is there anything else y'all want to know?
Does anybody have any questions? I love that it's that reminder of we talk about at least one product and one business mention every day in your stories. So
Mhm.
like just that, the Escalade, the Black Label, like
Yep. She did
who
it for
knows
me.
what it is. I mean, and mine lately has been because I'm sharing about the collagen a lot because the amount of growth in my bald spot is still every morning. I'm just amazed. And so I'm talking about that a lot because that's current for me. And a lot of people, there's a lot of interest because I'm talking about the collagen.
And a lot of people don't think about this, but creating your own bundle that is you specific is gonna be something you'd be passionate about and it's easy for you to share and it makes it seem like it's more like almost like luxurious like a specialty so like she's creating her own collagen bundle like you could create your own hormone system you could create your own weight loss system you could create your own if you're into fitness creating your own fit line that like is what do you like that you like to share? And then of course when someone comes in your inbox, then you just like you listen to their needs and then adjust, your selection of what you think that they should have, but really become like the expert at what you share and share it consistently because like Courtney very much so branded herself on the Black Label because she had like anxiety and she had like depression that she would think she would talk about that these products, yes, we can't make medical claims. She would say it in other ways, but like she would say things that it was just like unhappy mom or sad mom or like things like that where I was thinking in my head like that's exactly how I felt and I connected with that emotion and she consistently shared the Black Label, consistently shared it. And so that was like the first thing I wanted to try, because that's what she shared and that's what she branded herself at. So like find what products changed your life and you can't live without and brand yourself with that. Create your own packs, share that consistently and you will see it. You will see it like turn into something else. Courtney Bird, we were on that. We were talking about right branding yourself. She did the same thing. She branded herself with you can unmute yourself. Tell them what you did. It's like a game changer. She's like, ah.
I don't know which one you're referring to.
When you talked about branding your HDS, remember I
Oh,
gave
yeah.
you 150
The
because
hormone helper, and I just take HDS and I either add chill or capsules,
mhm.
depending on what they want, because chill is great for your cortisol. And that makes it 150.
Yep. So we brand and make a lot of our packs to hit that 150 mark. So it's always like, that specific is how we're going to be on what we can customize for the customer and it's been a game changer. So,
All right, so then I want y'all to go take a look at Sarah's stories, and I want you to go take a look at Courtney Bird's stories. Take a look at her stories so y'all can see what they're talking about. And then Sarah, on your Instagram, I know you said you haven't hacked the Instagram stories yet, but do you do you have the same stories on there, or you talk more or do more?
I talk more on Instagram. I noticed that if I did more slides on Instagram, it didn't carry down my views enough to where I would stop doing it.
Okay.
So on Instagram, I do get a lot of interaction of people talking because I talk so much on there. Yeah, and then I started doing lives. So I'm doing lives every week now, which is
Mhm.
is new, but I definitely wanted to have my own opportunity lives on my page where I talk about the business, like business specifics, stuff that people probably think and ask questions in their brain but don't talk to me about. And it went really well. There was a lot of people who messaged me and were just like, I had no
Yeah.
idea that like you literally got your car paid for. I'm like, yeah.
Was that yesterday's live? Was that
Yes.
the one? So
Yeah.
y'all,
It's like
I
people.
messaged her. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that was so good. It was so fast. It was a quick, simple live." Okay, go watch that too. It was just so good. I messaged her because I told her I said that was such a reminder for me of the things I don't talk about enough.
Yeah, it's just I feel I joined Courtney because of the car bonus. I actually my business cards have the QR code for the Lavelle car bonus on them because that's how passionate I am about the car bonus. It literally changed my life because I shared a car with my husband for over a year and we drove our my kids to drop him off at school or drop him off at work and he went to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I had a newborn baby and my little son and I was driving them to go and drop him off and then come home and then take them one to school and then come back and then pick my husband up for lunch and like, go back, pick him up, pick up the kids and we did it for a year and I couldn't afford it and now I have two auto clubs. Like that's insane. Like it's such a like I when I say this business is a blessing, like I mean it is beyond what I thought it was going to be. I was trying to pay the electric bill and quit yelling at my kids. Like it was way beyond that. So yeah, I definitely the auto club is what I brand myself with business wise. That's what I share the most is the auto club. And then product wise, I typically share energy because I was so tired. Like and I ate healthy and I exercised. So I was like, what is wrong with me? And this definitely that changed my life. So I share that over and over and over again on repeat.
I think that's so great, and I'll let you go. It's such a great reminder, guys, that we're not, I think the longer we've been here and the more that technology adds, like we didn't have lives when I started. We had to record videos and post them. We didn't have stories. We didn't have duo lives. We didn't have, all these. Instagram was post a photo every 30 days. Like we didn't have like we just did, none of that was a thing really when we started. And so much has been added that I know it's hard to like keep up and grasp. And then sometimes we think, oh, well, they've heard my audience has heard me say that over and over and over again. But the whole thing is you're adding new people into your audience. That's the goal. So those people haven't heard you say that. Those people didn't know you when you first came here.
I have to say something because you said right when you said like your audience has already heard it. So Thrive was brought to me years before I saw Courtney. And I was like, I don't want that because at that time, I didn't need money. I didn't need a car. I didn't need fitness stuff. I didn't need energy. Like, I didn't need any of that. But like, I changed. So 2 years later, after I had a baby, if that same person would have introduced me to Thrive, I probably would have joined, but he quit. So then Courtney was the one who was in my feed. So it's crazy because you could be talking to the same people, but like their life changes in 2 years. Their life changes in 4 years. They could be somebody totally different who like HDS works for them or energy is needed now. So like don't even always stay on repeat because like you're talking to different people at different times in their lives too, you know?
Yeah. Well, and your friends' kids that were kids when we started this are now tired moms married with babies. Like in the moto community, like the girls that rode with my boys 10 plus years ago are married with babies and exhausted, so and looking for extra income. So like you're hitting it while they may have been in your audience then their situation is different now. So, all right. Thank you so much. We appreciate you greatly. Guys, if you're like, I don't know what she's saying or what she meant, go take 2 days and watch her stories. Go scroll her Facebook. You can follow her. Like she said, don't friend her. She can't accept any more friend requests, but you can follow her. You can click follow. You can scroll through her stories. You can check out her Instagram and her Facebook. Do that with people that you know are successful here and you want to see what they're doing and how it is. Just go peep on them, just go stalk them for a little bit. Just don't go psycho. So, all right. Thanks again. And thank you all. And we'll see you next week.